ọmọ banta ogorogaluda gbọnujagun ọmọ ṣe ọmọ ra ọmọ oníyebu àgbà ndo gẹ́rẹ́gẹ́rẹ́ níga lóde ìga níbi ẹ̀jẹ̀ kó sí òdodo omi owó yémulẹ̀ omi ilẹ̀ àwa ti lómi nílẹ̀ ká ìṣàwó láyé ìṣàwó dé o bàbá yeye.
ẹ̀wẹ̀ sọ Ìjẹ̀bú ọmọ alárẹ̀ o ẹ̀sọ́ ẹ̀ka ní sùúrù ṣíkọ́ máa wọ bẹ̀rẹ̀.
My name is Tunde Emilola Gazal, and I welcome to the studios of Ijebu Congress TV. The Ijebus are people with antecedents, are people that have integrity, antecedent of hard work, resilience, proven integrity. The Ijebus have been without a nation of their own since the colonial masters took over the administration of Nigeria. Before the advent of colonial masters, the Ijebu was a nation well governed with a very defined government structure. But over the years, with the advent of series of administration, military and civilian, Ijebus have found themselves where we are today, in the present Ogun State. But somehow, we have not been with a voice that is very coherent to advocate for the needs of the Ijebu. A voice to bring to the fore what Ijebu wants in the community of nation that Nigeria is. In the last couple of years, Ijebu Congress came on board to be the rallying point for Ijebus, as a voice for Ijebus, to project what Ijebus have and to push forward what Ijebus should have in Nigeria, especially in Ogun State. The chairman of Ijebu Congress is Prince Bumi Mebude. Prince Mebude, a banker who worked in the oil industry for 20 years, he went into publishing, and today he publishes Merrymakers. Prince Mebude has been the chairman of Ijebu Congress since its advent and is leading the Congress. In the studio today, I have Prince Bumi Mebude. Prince Mebude, good afternoon, sir. Who is Prince Bumi Mebude?
Prince Bumi Mebude is the chairman of Ijebu Congress. Let me start from the beginning. I was born in Ijebu some 63 years ago. And by the special grace of God, I started my primary school at Orogun School, Christ Church Orogun School. And from there I moved to Ishani Grammar School, where I did my O levels. From O levels I moved to the Polytechnic Ibadan, where I did my A levels, and from there to the University of Lagos, where I did my bachelor's in political science. I also have an MBA from the Ondo State University, Akure there, and it's now the Ado-Ekiti University. In 1981, I joined the oil industry, and I started with the General Oil, an independent oil marketing company. And from there, I rose to become the area manager of the whole western area for General Oil. Then moved to Ajib Nigerian PLC, a multinational oil company, where the place I left in 2010, year 2000. After putting in 20 years in the oil industry, I decided that it was time for me then to go on my own. I started the oil business, that's a petroleum origin. And with the vicissitude of business, how we operate in the country, I find it difficult a bit to go with that business. So I had to drop it and diverted into publishing. We started with the oil and gas magazine 360, and later formed another. That was my first company, the Canon Bees Oil Limited. Then I started again the Body Bees Limited, that is publishing the Merrymakers magazine. That's the events, lifestyle, and events magazine. That's what we are doing now. And in a nutshell, that's who Prince Olunebode is.
You have a rich history, well educated. You have a good experience in the oil industries. You have good managerial experience. What brought about Ijebu Congress? What are the aims?
When we were growing up, I will do a bit of history.
Yeah.
Go back to it. When we were growing up, we live in an environment that is clean, clear, and inviting. But you cannot say the same of Ijebu land now. Ijebu nation as a whole. The infrastructures are broken down. The health sector is in comatose. And things are not going well, especially with Ijebu. And just to point out also, among all the provinces there in Nigeria, Ijebu province is the only province now left that is not either a state or a state capital. So we have been left where we were. In the 60s, in the 70s, we were still there. Things are not progressing. And you will not even like what we are saying, because if you bring your friends home from abroad, from anywhere outside Nigeria, and they will see what they see is not, we are not going to commensurate it with how people take us outside. So it was that feeling that brought about the Ijebu Congress. How do I mean? In February 2019, Ologun Kaka, Wale Kaka is in UK now, called me and said he has a vision. And definitely he told me about his vision for a greater Ijebu nation. And his vision tallied with my own. So we decided that if this is the case, let's get together, bring people of like minds. And that one gave birth to an association. Then, without the name, we got together. We have many Ijebu sons and daughters. We got together and we started brainstorming on what and why we want to set up Ijebu Congress. Now, Ijebu Congress came about purposely to act as a vehicle for the Ijebus, as a rallying point, as a voice, so that we can look back, take stock of where we are coming from, where we are now, and where we want to be. Then we decided that we should set up Ijebu Congress. We did all the CAC registration and everything. And to the glory of God, Ijebu Congress was born March 2019. In fact, we had our first World Press Conference on the 29th of March 2019. At that World Conference, we enumerated what Ijebu Congress is all about. We said our mission is to be the rallying point, the rallying and the reference point for all the Ijebus all over the world, to help in bringing about a just and prosperous Ijebu nation. Our mission is therefore to interrogate all the problems, all the challenges that have been tying us down from achieving our desired goal, where we want to be, a greater Ijebu. And we also form some cores, that's the core values, that is to propagate the good ideas of Omoluabi. One, to set up the high moral standards that we will all be known with for a long time. To uphold integrity in all we do. That is, if they see an Ijebu man, you know that you are a man of integrity, you are a man of your words. What to say is what you are. And to inculcate the values of hard work. We just have to work, and we don't want people to see us as people who love money only but don't work. So we have to work and give value to work.
Let's take it from there, President Mebode.
Yeah.
Because one thing we'll take away from this is the Batch of Ijebu Congress was initiated by Olorogun, Wale Kaka, and yourself. And so far, you have been taking the body, you have been holding fort at the helm of affairs of the body. Would you think the problem of Ijebus as of today, don't you think is self-afflicted? And how do I mean? We have a rich history, hard-working people. That's who our forefathers were. Hard-working, integrity. But somehow, a lot of things went wrong. When we come back, we'll go back into all this. We'll be back.
Ọmọ banta ogorogaluda gbọnu jagun ọmọ ṣe ọmọ ra ọmọ oníyebu àgbà ndo gẹrẹgẹrẹ níga lóde ìga níbi ẹ̀jẹ̀ kú sí òdodo omi owó yémulẹ̀ omi ilẹ̀. Àwa ti lómi nílẹ̀ ká ìṣàwó láyé ìṣàwó dé o bàbá yeye.
Ẹ̀wẹ̀ sọ Ìjẹ̀bú ọmọ aláre o ẹ̀sọ́. Ẹ̀ka ní sùúrù ṣíkọ́ máa wọ bẹ̀rẹ̀. Ìjẹ̀bú ọmọ aláre o ẹ̀sọ́.
Ọmọ banta ogorogaluda gbọnu jagun ọmọ ṣe ọmọ ra ọmọ oníyebu àgbà ndo gẹrẹgẹrẹ níga lóde ìga níbi ẹ̀jẹ̀ kú sí òdodo omi owó yémulẹ̀ omi ilẹ̀. Àwa ti lómi nílẹ̀ ká ìṣàwó láyé ìṣàwó dé o bàbá yeye.
Ẹ̀wẹ̀ sọ Ìjẹ̀bú ọmọ aláre o ẹ̀sọ́. Ẹ̀ka ní sùúrù ṣíkọ́ máa wọ bẹ̀rẹ̀. Ìjẹ̀bú ọmọ aláre.
Welcome back. President Mebode, you talked about Ijebu province of old remaining the only one that has not become a state or a state capital. You talked about the antecedents of our forebears who had integrity, who are hardworking. That is what they bequeathed to us as Ijebus. But today, we are losing those values. Don't you think that our problems are self-inflicted as Ijebus?
Well, it's a two-way thing, self-inflicted and acquired. Why I say self-inflicted is that you are what you make yourself. You are what you make yourself. If you want to be good, then you have to try to be good. You have to strive to be good. Our forefathers left behind the ethos of integrity, hard work, and omoluabi. These are the ethics that we feel that we should uphold. But if going around now, you will see that these are not. You cannot even get this among our people these days, and that's why we set up this vehicle to bring back our people, to let them know that hard work pays. It's not when you go and get quick money that you will be rich. You have to work and add value to that work. we were used to be known as the richest people, especially in Nigeria then.
We're even the first to make money.
Money, we call Owojebu. In fact, if they want to talk, they will tell you that Owojebu. If you are not rich, they won't call it Owojebu.
Yes.
So that means you have a very rich background. You are very rich, but if you see it these days, it doesn't look as if we are what we were then. So we were trying to see how we can bring it back, and that's one gave back to so many things. Because when we set up this Congress, we decided that we will go through the committees. That is, we will bring members in through the committees. If you are an educationist, you come in through the committee on education, where you can put in your best. It's not that when you come in as an educationist, you go to security committee, you won't perform well there. So we make sure that right from the word, when you come into its committee that you are well suited for. We have 13 committees on grant, security committee, education committee, mobilization, so many of them.
But beyond the organogram of the Ijebu Congress,
yes.
I want us to look at this with the fact that Ijebus are everywhere, be it in banking, be it in construction, in aviation. Ijebus are there, and you find Ijebus developing every other parts of the country. Ibadan wouldn't have been as developed as it is today, but for Ijebus. We can say the same thing of Lagos, Korodu. Of course, Korodu is part of Ijebu. But today, you find out that what Ijebus have been able to do in other places, they have not replicated in Ijebu land as it is. Why is this so?
The problem with the Ijebus is that we are not staying at home. We like to stay outside. Most of us, like I said, we are cosmopolitan in nature. So we go out, we travel a lot. We see most Ijebus, we see them in Lagos, you see them in Abuja, you see them abroad, UK, everywhere. We are cosmopolitan. But we have forgotten that we have to take care of home before we make the outside. We develop the outside, we help in building Ibadan, in building Abuja, in building Lagos. We are all over UK. So what we are trying to do is now to bring them back. All this Ijebu. We so structured our membership cadre. We structured in such a way that we have 3 cadres of membership. We have the gold membership, the diamond membership, and the platinum membership. The gold membership is for members who pay between 25,000 and 99 members as their membership subscription. And we have members who pay 100,000 to 499,000 as diamond members. Members who pay 500 and above are platinum members. But mind you, all our royal fathers in Ijebu land are platinum members of Ijebu Congress.
With that structure, yes. Don't you fear that a money bag might come and want to hijack the Congress and dictate the pace of things? Don't you have that fear?
People express that fear, but I can tell you that it cannot happen when I'm there. What I'm saying is that we've so much structured the Congress. When you bring in your money, the money will go into the purse, straight into the purse. It's not that we are going to accord you any special privilege or special interest. And apart from that, the Ijebu Congresses are political. We don't belong to any political party. We belong to APC, SDP, PDP. You are welcome.
How well can you hold that political interest is not going to infiltrate the ranks, the operations of the Congress? Can you hold that for so long?
So far, so good. We have been doing that, and we intend to keep it that way. We don't want to get affiliated to any political party. We don't want to belong to any.
But anybody from any party.
Ijebu is our party. Ijebu land, Ijebu nation is our party.
So be you APC, be you PDP, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
The criterion, major criterion is that you are a son or daughter of Ijebu land.
You are a son and daughter of Ijebu land who has no criminal record.
Oh, there's that provision.
Yes.
No criminal record.
No criminal record. If you have any criminal record, sorry, we won't take you in.
So if I've been arrested for wire fraud.
Sorry, we won't take you in.
Okay.
We won't take you in.
You talked about finance being a major problem.
Yes.
And you talked about Olorugun Wale Kaka being the major initiator of the Congress. Olorugun Kaka is based abroad. What is the Ijebu Congress doing to ensure that those in their diaspora are fully involved in the Congress?
Fine. We have set up diaspora branches. We have branch in UK. There's Ijebu Congress UK branch, and there's Ijebu Congress USA branch. They are fully on ground there and they are working. And we interact. They take instruction from this place because this is their own base, and they operate independently. But they,
in accordance with laid down guidelines
that we have made
by the base.
Yes.
Okay. How well involved? You talked about royal fathers. How supportive are the royal fathers to the aims in life? And I say that because ordinarily, our royal fathers head forth. Obanishilu. That is the way it was before this military or whatever the colonial administrators came. And so if you want to succeed, actually, we need the support of the royal fathers, of the royal institution. How supportive are the royal fathers to the cause of Ijebu Congress?
Yes. Ijebu Congress is royal fathers base. That's what I call it. Because all royal fathers in Ijebu land are members of Ijebu Congress. And in fact, we accord them that privilege that they are all platinum members. Whether they pay 50,000, whether they pay 100,000, whether any money they pay, they are the platinum, they are the one at the head of the organization. And within our board of trustees, we have 3 royal fathers there. We have 10 members, and we have 3 royal fathers as members of the committee. We have Oba Dr. Toyi Alatishi, the big gun of substance. We have Oba Bisi Okubanjo, the Obiri of Ayepe, and we have Oba Kosi from the Shadirani officially. The 3 of them are members of the board of Congress. And so when you have 3 solid good members, and we also have that Dagurube as our father, we have Gowe, the Buma way of Gowe. Then when we have Orububu of Imuru.
Obade Kosi.
In fact, Obade Kosi gave us this secretariat that we're using now. For the past 3 years, without collecting any cover from us. It's a very big complex.
As a mark of his support for the Congress.
Yes, he gave us this as a mark of his support. And he has not collected one dime. And he has been contributing also to the progress of the Congress. So
when we come back, we'll talk about this. But we'd like to say this. We want to thank all our royal fathers, especially Oba Muniruddin Adeposi Bashomu, Oru of Imuru, for his support for the Congress, for giving the Secretariat of the Congress free of charge for the past 3 years. When we come back, we'll talk about development of the Congress, how the Congress is interfacing with the government or state government to ensure further development of Ijebu land. We'll be back.
Ìjẹ̀bú ọmọ alárẹ̀ o.
ọmọ bá ń ta ògbòrògan ló dà gbọ́nù jagun ọmọ ṣe ọmọ ra ọmọ oníyebu àgbà ń do gẹ́rẹ́gẹ́rẹ́ níga lóde ìga níbi ẹ̀jẹ̀ kú sí òdodo omi owó yé múlẹ̀ omi ilẹ̀ àwa ti lómi nílẹ̀ ká ìṣàwó láyé ìṣàwó dé o bàbá yeye.
ẹ̀wẹ̀ sọ Ìjẹ̀bú ọmọ alárẹ̀ o ẹ̀sọ́ ẹ̀ka ní sùúrù ṣíkọ́ máa wọ bẹ̀rẹ̀ Ìjẹ̀bú ọmọ alárẹ̀ o ẹ̀sọ́.
ọmọ bá ń ta ògbòrògan ló dà gbọ́nù jagun ọmọ ṣe ọmọ ra ọmọ oníyebu àgbà ń do gẹ́rẹ́gẹ́rẹ́ níga lóde ìga níbi ẹ̀jẹ̀ kú sí òdodo omi owó yé múlẹ̀ omi ilẹ̀ àwa ti lómi nílẹ̀ ká ìṣàwó láyé ìṣàwó dé o bàbá yeye.
ẹ̀wẹ̀ sọ Ìjẹ̀bú ọmọ alárẹ̀ o ẹ̀sọ́ ẹ̀ka ní sùúrù ṣíkọ́ máa wọ bẹ̀rẹ̀ Ìjẹ̀bú ọmọ alárẹ̀ o ẹ̀sọ́.
ọmọ bá ń ta.
We're in the studio of Ijebu Congress TV, and I have with me the chairman of the Congress, Prince Unimebude. He has talked about how the Congress came about. He has talked about the vision and mission of the Congress. He's talked about challenges being the major hindrance of the Congress in achieving its aims and objectives. Challenging that of all the 250 or thereabouts members of the Congress, less than 100 are financial members. And of course, you need funds to achieve all that you want to achieve in a Congress like this. He talks about what the Congress has been able to do. The Congress was able to distribute palliative during the COVID-19 pandemic. The Congress did organize a security summit, and so on and so forth. The Congress is also interfacing with the Ogun State government to bring about the desired development of Ijebuland. Prince Mohammed, how well are you interfacing with the Ogun State government to achieve the aims of the Congress?
Thank you. On the 10th of May 2019, I'm right. Yes. 10th of October 2019. Ogun State held a pre-budget town hall meeting for Ogun East at BC Road Event Center here. At that event, we submitted a very comprehensive memorandum which we titled Ijebu Agenda. We enumerated all the challenges that we are facing in Ijebuland and the solutions that we feel if the government will take those solutions, will help alleviating the problems and the challenges we are facing. We submitted this to the governor there, and I believe that from what we submitted, the state has been able to do so many things. They've been able to take care of our roads, some of our roads, and they've been able to work on the hospitals also. It's looking good, and we believe that they can still do more. And exactly that, and we believe that with some members of the Congress in the state executive, we can have a good rapport, and they will be able to pass our message to those concerned. Last in 2020, when we were having some challenges in Ijebuland, we did a letter to the police commissioner in Ogun State, and we copied the state governor, the copy the Secretary to the State Government, I will copy the DPU in Jebuland here, that they should come on and assist the Jebus to stop the problem. They came in and there was peace there. Unfortunately, we are now facing another security challenge that is all over the nation. Jebu not isolated from the problems. We've written a letter to the governor. Exactly, I took it there about 3 weeks ago. I personally took the letter to Abeokuta. Unfortunately, we didn't meet the governor on seat. He was said to be on top. I dropped the letter for the governor, and I dropped the one for the Secretary to the State Government, calling on them to do something in helping us to bring out a secured environment in Jebuland. Also, we've been able to get some members of the ESCO to be actual strong members of the Congress, and they are really pulling their weight there. We believe that we have a very good relationship.
Do you have any member in government?
Yes, we have the commissioner for. I don't let me mention, please. Let me just keep it.
Okay, so suffice to say that some members of the Congress are actually in government. In other words, the Congress has the ears of the government,
Yes.
and we are sure that there is a good rapport. Ladies and gentlemen, in the last few minutes, I've been with the chairman of Ijebu Congress, Principal Mimebude. We've been talking about what the Congress is all about, what the Congress wants to achieve, and hopefully, when next we come, we'll bring another guest to talk about development in Ijebu land. President Mimebude, do you want to have a last word?
Yes.
What's your last word on this point?
Yes, my appeal will go to the Jebu sons and daughters. It's the Macedonian call. Come over and help. This is the time for us to do it together. We presently in the Jebu Congress, we cannot do it alone. We need others to also come on board. And we need their support, both financial and moral, especially financial. If you have the money, if you have the means, you can do more. You can achieve more. The Jebu Congress Committee on Infrastructure and Development, the Project Development Committee that we set up. They submitted their report. Their report will be compiled into a book form and a copy given to the state government, a copy to the Secretary to the State Government, and a copy to the copies to the 6 local government chairman. These are cogent, verifiable solutions to the problems we are facing in Jebuland. If they can take time to work on these solutions that were profiled in this report, I believe that we're going to have a very solid Jebu nation going forward. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, if you are a Jebu, wherever you are on the surface of the planet, whether you're a man, whether you're a woman, so long as you are a Jebu, we want you to be part of the Jebu Congress. Heed this clarion call to be part of the move to bring greater development to Ijebu land. Our forebears, they did as much they can. They gave us good name. They gave us good pedigree. Ijebus were the first people to print money in Nigeria, and that's why they say Owo Ijebu. It is not derisive. It is a compliment. Owo Ijebu, because we were the first people to make money, and that is because our forefathers, they were wealthy because they really worked hard. They made their money clean, clear manner. That was how they made their money. And we are calling on you, wherever you are, be part of the Congress to bring greater development to Ijebu land. Anywhere in the world, just be part of Ijebu Congress. Once again, my name is Tunde Ebilola Gazal, and on behalf of the crew who are members of Ictv, I want to thank all of you for being part of this edition. When next we come, we'll bring another great son of Ijebu land on Ictv. Bye for now.
Ọmọ bàńtà ògbòrògbàlódà gbọ́nù jagun ọmọ ṣe ọmọ ra ọmọ oníyèbù àgbà. òde ìgà níbi ẹ̀jẹ̀ kú sí òdodo omi owó yé múlẹ̀ omi ilẹ̀ àwa ti lómi nílẹ̀ ká ìṣàwó láyé ìṣàwó dé o bàbá yeye.